Okay, welcome to C.P.R. Day 5. Everybody take a deep breath through your nostrils and just get comfortable right where you are. Pay attention to where you are. Decide to be wide awake here for the next 15 minutes. Recognize that you are in a safe space, a sacred space, that this is a time for you to remember who you are and to get in touch with who you are. So much so that who you are can start to create the life you want to live, even bigger. So I know that everything that needs to come up here comes up. Whatever questions need to be answered are brought forth, and whatever wants to be known is known. And I just get out of the way and let that happen. And so it is. So yesterday, we talked about worthiness. And it's a big subject, really. It's a big subject to ask ourselves, am I worthy? Because we're just going to instantly say yes. I mean, who says, am I worthy, and says no? I guess some people do, but most people will just say, yeah, I'm worthy. But is that the truth, or is that just using our words to make ourselves feel better? So I want you to continue as we go through this process to ask yourselves, am I worthy, throughout. Let me look at some of the blogs that came up. One of you said, I have way too many corpses, and saw how many corpses there are to bury. And I hope you all visited the dump a number of times yesterday and took a lot of this stuff to the dump. But I loved what you wrote. You said, dig, bury, and expand. That kind of sums it up. Dig, bury, and then expand. It's not just about getting rid of what we have to get rid of. It's about expanding the good stuff too. Dig, bury, and expand. Love that. One of you wrote, some core beliefs I've had and dealt with, and now they seem even harder. So I want you to look at, some of you may be experiencing core beliefs that you have had before and thought you were done with, and here they are again. How does that happen? Well, here's how it happens. Core beliefs are, all of these core beliefs you have are nothing but things you've created. Once you create a core belief, it doesn't really go away. When you dig it, bury it, get rid of it, it's still there. You are just it's no longer activated. But throughout the course of your life, as you slip a little bit perhaps, or start to let things in that make you feel less about yourself, you can reactivate these core beliefs. So it's not that you haven't worked on them and gotten rid of them, it's that you've activated them again. Our job is to stay current with knowing who we are so that we don't keep activating these things over and over again. That's all a habit is. It's reactivating a core belief. So some core beliefs I've had and dealt with, and now they seem harder. You must, and here's the core belief this person came up with. You must always be presentable and sweet. Don't cause any problems or you'll lose everything. Any one of you that have that out there, I must always be, and forget presentable and sweet, anything. If you think you have to be something in order to have, you are mistaken. Prosperity is a given. It's who you are. You don't have to become something or work hard to be some form of yourself in order to achieve, to succeed, or to have the prosperity that is yours. Another one that came up, I have never perceived that other people think of me the way I think of me. Well, I totally get that. And what I would suggest is that we get out of the way of caring what other people think of us. Just be your audacious self, and don't be looking for other people to confirm. If you're looking for other people to confirm something about you, then you're not really that sure of it. Just stay focused on yourself, and we're going to get into that today. I have a rotten relationship with people on the other side of money. I loved that. This is Nancy Joe's blog, all about living in a town of Amarillo that has two sides of the track. There's the rich side and the poor side. So there's a duality right away. You grow up in this duality about money. Money's good, money's bad. Some people have money, some people don't. There is this duality when we think of prosperity, and our job is to get out of the duality and really stay focused on the fact that prosperity is who I am, what I am. It doesn't matter what other people have, and it doesn't matter what other people think about it. Another one is, oh, yes. Um, Reverend Kirby put a quote in here by Michael Beckwith, who I want to read the quote she posted. The immature ego doesn't know the difference between transformation and annihilation. Just think about that for a second. The immature ego doesn't know the difference between transformation and annihilation. And here's the thing. When you know who you are, then when things happen, you realize you're in the midst of transformation. You're not being destroyed. It may feel like that, and you may be destroying some old beliefs that have no business being with you anymore. And that sometimes feels really crappy because those beliefs that you have sometimes make you feel comfortable. I'm comfortable in my little life. I'm comfortable being I get just what I need. That's comfortable. And when you step out of that, it may feel like you're killing something. Well, you are. You're killing this little idea of yourself. And then the quote, my little self is putting up a fight so as not to be found out. What a great quote, Kirby. And that's what's happening to so many people. This little life that we've created for ourselves is putting up a gigantic fight because you're saying, I am done with that. I'm done being little. I'm done playing small. I'm done being poor. I'm done having just enough. I deserve all of it. Holding past decisions against myself. And we are going to talk about forgiveness today. Uh, Noticing that I'm holding my light back to let someone else shine. You know, I love that you are all getting this idea that we got to start paying attention to the lives we're living if we want to live the lives we want. And then someone said, I put myself second. And that takes us right into today's work. So I'm going to give you a little affirmation here and see what you feel as soon as you hear it. I matter most. 3 little words. Diane Kerman likes it. I matter most. So how do you feel when you hear that? Does it maybe make you feel selfish? Do you feel self-centered? Because guess what? If you're self-centered, you're right in the right place because you are the center of your life. So you can be self-centered. There's nothing wrong with being self-centered. In fact, who are you not to pay attention to you first? I matter most. If you're like me, you grew up Catholic, being told that everybody else matters first. The comfort and success of other people come first. Work to make that happen for them. No, no. When you're on a plane, do they tell you to put the mask on everybody else first so that you pass out because you didn't put it on yourself first? No, you put it on yourself first. I matter most. Who you know yourself to be sets the trajectory for how your life will unfold. And when you know that you matter most, and this idea of I matter most, everyone matters equally, but you're the only one in your body. You're the only one living in your life right now. So you must matter most, and then know that everybody else matters equally. That's how that works. So who you know yourself to be as the most important person in your life, that will set the trajectory for how your life's going to unfold. So as I said, let's talk about forgiveness for a moment here. What do you have to forgive about yourself? Because you need to spend these 30 days, the rest of these 30 days, forgiving whatever those things are. You cannot afford to hold unforgiveness in your heart about yourself or anyone else for that matter. But right now, just about you. Unforgiveness is a clog. You want to know what's holding back your prosperity? Any unforgivenesses that are still present about yourself, if you're still looking back and pointing to things in your past, to decisions in the past that you wish you hadn't made, perhaps relationships you forged that you wished you hadn't, still blaming that relationship for holding you back, creating money problems in your life, as I read one of the blogs, you must forgive that. It's a clog. It's blocking your prosperity. So what do you need to forgive about yourself? And then hold it lightly. Hold it very lightly. See it and forgive it. Aristotle wrote this. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Everything you bring forward during this course, it's not for you to bring it forward and beat yourself up with. You're not here to pull up your core beliefs and go, oh my God, how could I be so stupid? And if you hear yourself say that, you're in the wrong place. You're not doing the work that's going to get you out of it. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought and without accepting it. So whatever you bring up to forgive, hold it lightly, forgive it, and let it go. You don't have to accept it. Every core belief you have is something you have agreed to in the past, but it's not the truth. That's not the truth of who you are. Just because it's there doesn't mean it's the truth. It means it's something you perhaps agreed to. So yesterday we began looking at core beliefs, and today I'd like you to look at whatever you started to pull up. And I want you to see all these things that you're pulling up, all these core beliefs, they're just roles you've agreed to play. Now for me as an actor, I love all the different roles I get to play. One of my favorite one was Paul in Carnival, who is a cripple, mean, angry man. I wasn't any of those things, but I loved playing him. It was my favorite part to ever play because it was so alien to me, and yet I could find it in myself. So I want you to start pulling up these beliefs and realize that they're just roles you play. And now I want you to ask yourself, what roles do you play in life? Do you play the victim? For all you victims out there, do you play the victim in life? It's just a role. It is a hideous role. And if you play the victim, you might as well put next to it calling all perpetrators. Because if you're going to play a victim, you got to have a perpetrator. And if you're going to decide you are a victim, then you're calling all perpetrators. Are you the hard worker? Are you the person that works so hard on everything? That's just a role. Why does work have to be so hard? Are you the I never get the breaks type of person? Is that your role? That's my whole family's role, the Harkins family. We never get the breaks. Are you playing the role of the shy one in the corner who no one pays attention to? Just a role. You've cast yourself in it. And don't tell me some casting director gave you the job, because that casting director is you. You cast yourself, you're still playing it. Or are you the loud, obnoxious one standing on the table? Which I have been at times. Have you created yourself and cast yourself in that role? Roles are patterns. It's not the truth. So now the big question today, what role do you want to cast yourself in? Who do you want to be in life? Be it. It's as simple as that. I know that sounds very simplistic, but it's the truth. Be it. You want to be the person standing on the table saying, look at me? Go be it. See if that fits. You want to be the shy one well, you don't want to be the shy one in the corner. You want to be the successful one who doesn't have to work hard for the money? Just be it. So now let's look at the word until. I will not be prosperous until ... I can't be successful until I get that extra degree. I can't be a successful movie producer until ... all the investors line up. Really? No, that's not the truth. I can't be blah, blah, blah until. Get the word until out of your vocabulary. There is no until. Be it now. I won't be prosperous until, well, you won't be prosperous until you get rid of the word until and start realizing that's who you are. Eric Butterworth wrote this: prosperity is not just having things. Prosperity is the consciousness that attracts things. Ernest Holmes says consciousness is mental awareness. So I want you to say constantly to yourself throughout the rest of this time that we spend together in these next 25 days, I am awake. When something's going on and it's bugging you, I am awake, reminding yourself you're bigger than any of it. Because that says to me, I'm aware. I'm aware of what I'm attracting in my life. Dump what needs to go to the dump and expand the rest. You need to wake up and be aware of what's going on in your life. Ernest Holmes says this: I know that I am drawing my good to me. There is a silent power of attraction within me which is irresistible. So, what are you making irresistible to you? I would like to suggest money. You should see money as you have an irresistible charm with money. Money just floats to you because you have the authority to design your life as you require. You are not here to settle for a life. You are here to demand a life. Hear that word. I'm not here to settle. I'm here to demand. And demand doesn't mean screaming at people and yelling at people to do what you want. Demand means you demand of your mind to be the consciousness that attracts everything that is yours to attract. So try this on for size. What I think and what I know are two very different things. Think about that. What I think and what I know are two very different things. And sometimes we spend more time on what we think than what we know. So here's what today is all about. The word normal. What do you consider normal in your life? Whatever you consider normal is what is putting the ceiling on your life. If you think it's normal, well, this is just normal. What do you accept as normal? Do you have habits that you think are normal? Is struggle normal to you? Is resentment normal to you? Remember, your beliefs are changeable. Ernest Holmes wrote, "Your search is after something great enough to lose your littleness in." What a great quote. Your search is after something great enough to lose your littleness in. Is your littleness normal to you? Is that your normal? I'm little. I'm normal. One of my favorite quotes is Raymond Charles Barker. Trouble results when an unintelligent factor is introduced into a field of intelligent activity. You are the field of intelligent activity. Stop introducing all of these stupid things to it, like I don't have enough, I'm poor, I'm whatever it is. So what is your normal? So here's your work today. I want you to pick one of those negative beliefs you have. And a lot of people hate this part of the process, but do it anyway. And if you want to write on the blog how much you hated it, that's fine. You're going to pick one of your negative beliefs. And please, I don't want to hear from somebody, I picked a positive one, I didn't want to go to. No, you have to be willing to look at these negative beliefs. Pick a negative belief you have. And for the entire day, you're going to work with that belief. I want you to prove why that belief is true. Prove, like if mine is I never get the breaks, show me all the times you didn't get the breaks. Argue it. Argue for its truth, Kirby. Don't just go to the positives. This is one day of looking at the negative. I know how your mind works. So pick a negative belief and argue for its truth. Then argue against it. Argue for its falsehood. Don't make it complicated. Just choose a negative belief and prove it. Then prove its opposite. Then at the end of the day, just explore the experience and see what you came up with. Tony Robbins says, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So that's our work for today. We're going to pull up the belief right front and center and explore it from every angle. You got it? Everybody good? You all understand that? One. Don't go finding 10. Just pick up one. Maybe your biggest belief that you think is holding you back. And then prove why it's there. Prove the validity of it. And then disprove it on the other side. That's your job today. Meister Eckhart wrote this. And suddenly, you know, it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. So, let's begin. Choose your belief, get to work, and I will see you on the other side tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everyone. Namaste.